Persian king Xerxes sets out to conquer the world to avenge his father Darius's defeat and create an empire unlike anything the world has ever seen, until the hardy Greeks produce a god king of their own, Alexander the Great. Frank Miller writes and draws this long-awaited companion to his masterpiece, 300. A few people asked me to review the new book, Xerxes by Frank Miller. I can't read this book. His 300 book was fantastic. I make fun of Frank Miller a lot, not really liking his artwork, and stuff. His Wolverine artwork was some of the best artwork that I've ever seen done by him. But he has actually phoned this one in. My wife read this book. She says, Glenn, please don't bring home the second issue. This is awful. I looked at it and I says, I can't read it. I don't know what to say of how bad this book looks. This is probably the laziest I have ever seen this guy draw something. It's so bad I don't want to read the story. I think it's time for him to retire. If he wants to do a follow-up to a book, let someone else write it. Let someone else draw it. If he wants to write it, okay, great, but let someone else draw it. Again, in my opinion, he's never had the best artwork ever. His Wolverine stuff was his best he ever did, and it just gets worse and worse as this man puts out new stuff. I don't know how much someone could pay me to actually read this book, just by the way it looks. It's embarrassing for someone who is supposedly, one of the best, and this is kind of the garbage that he puts out. I've had a few customers who were excited. Oh, wait, I can't wait to read this. They opened it up and looked and says, sorry, Glenn, I can't buy this. $5 for this book. I am being ripped off. And I agree. It's not sullying my house. It did make it to the house. Again, my wife read it. It's never coming back. Unfortunately, some people still want it and are still, because it says Frank Miller wants it, I'll have it in the store to sell them. But if you need a recommendation or anything, my recommendation is save your $5, find something else to buy. You'll probably be happier in the long run. The art style just isn't there. There's really not a lot of detail. So now we get this. Is this just laziness? I mean, it looks like the same thing. Hey, wait, I drew it here. Oh, let's paste it here. Let's paste it here. This is like nothing. I mean, and again, Frank Miller's a big name. I expect more quality from him than some of these other artists that are out there that haven't been around very long or really haven't made it big But this is Frank Miller. He's a big name in comics. You expect him to rise up and to a higher standard and give you something better than what this looks like. There's a couple pages here. Bad. Not as bad as that, but still not that good. But as we come along, we've got this page here. So this is the necklace girl, right? I mean, she's just got one long neck. There's nothing going on here, or she's got no chin or something. I mean, there is just like no detail in this. What is this? So is his eyes covered? This guy has no eyeballs, and he's got no mouth too. This is amazing artwork. This guy doesn't have a mouth either. Or this guy either. This guy has no eyes. Yeah, this again. Frank Miller's awesome. He's got a blank hand. I bet you this guy has no fingerprints too. This is blah. I mean, I've seen 12-year-olds draw better than this. And then you come to this page. This has to be one of the worst art pages in the history of comic books. What exactly are we looking at here? This is bad. I can't even describe it. I feel as though I am going to throw up in my mouth while I'm looking at this. What it looks like here is that when he did the artwork, he did one, and he made sure there was a lot of ink on it, and he pushed it down like this and squished it. Wow, there was the opposite on the other side. It doesn't get any better. It does not get any better. But what's going on here? I can't tell. Looks like they're doing some aerobics or something. You can't even tell where they are. Are they walking across a parking lot somewhere? Who knows? This book is $5. I'll tell you right now, Beetle Bailey artwork looks better than this stuff. I saw more detail in the last Garfield comic in the newspaper than I have here. Now these are just lines. These are supposed to be spears. They're just lines, just being across. You got a couple spears, and the rest is just I mean, this guy has phoned it in, and he has sucked $5 out of people. That looks kind of cool, but...
So what was that?
This here, I mean, that kind of looks cool, but it's still... Frank Miller is kind of iconic now in stuff that he's done, in stuff that he has done. You hate to say, hey, you need to stop, but either stop or at least try again. Try to be good. Try to be the artist you were. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of a lot of his art, but even, I mean, I made fun of his, of the Dark Knight Returns. His art was a lot better in that than it is in here. And again, look at his old Wolverine that he did. To me, that was probably his best artwork that he had ever done. And then you get this. Yeah, maybe it is time to stop phoning it in, and just say, hey, I'm the great Frank Miller. I can put out anything, and people will read and love whatever I do, and go back to think, wait, what made me great? What made me great? And maybe try again, because I don't think this guy is even trying anymore. He's laughing at everyone, going, hey, look at this. I just sold 30,000 copies of this book because I'm Frank Miller. It took me 4 minutes to put this thing together. Can I give you a review on the story? No, because I'm not going to read it. I don't think I can get paid enough money to read that. This is the sort of stuff my wife likes. She likes these type of period pieces and she's just like, don't bring this home. This was not good at all. I'll take a word for it. It wasn't coming home. The only reason why it came home was because she asked me to bring it home. It wasn't because this thing, I looked at it here and it said, this thing is not coming home. My property value of my house went down after this came into it. This is awful. Save you $5. Find something else. Or better yet, roll your $5 bill, drive down the street, and just throw it out the window. Because it doesn't matter. You wasted it either way. He stole from you.